Good morning, class. Who's ready to write some Spider-Man? Arachnophoria, brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter, currently sitting there at 81, 82. Like to get it up to 10. Keep the man in the lifestyle he's accustomed to. Buy a digital book. Buy some digital skins. Buy, you fucks. Arachnophoria. I'm very proud of this book. It's badass. All right. We got comic books to write. Let's go bring up the way we're going to have to do this order now because we went ahead here. We're ahead here. We're in April of 1977 in our Amazing Spider-Man run. As things get a little crazy and complicated as if now in the 70s here, Spider-Man's got 3 monthly titles. So we like to run it as we are there as kids at the time, sitting at home waiting for our subscriptions to arrive, our pull lists from our local stores, and we see what we mine out of the comic books. So we're here in this third series that we're playing catch up with. So I believe what we'll do is we'll do February and March here, and then this one. So Spectacular Spider-Man 3 and 4, Marvel Team Up 55, and Amazing 167. That is today's syllabus. Starting the next piece is the shipping packet first arrives next week. All right, good job. Write to me when I'm working. Oh, that's hot. Oh, look at that shit. Vampirella. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we're doing good. We're making some badass covers. Now we just need the numbers to match. And the boots to match. All right, let's get a puff. Let's write some comics. First things first, we recapped the previous class's 2 pages. We just started our new story. We're in part 1. We close on a sunset over the wasteland. We close in. We close in on a sunset over the wasteland. We see the purple haze beaming and bouncing over what looks like the wreckage of a large Boeing plane with a small farm attached to it. Many moons ago, I was off traversing the multiverse, trying to find myself after losing mom and dad. In my efforts not to touch the trust fund unless necessary, I found myself working for a glorious summer. I found myself for a glorious summer working on a farm. They put a thatch roof over my head and kept me full of fish and plums, and a slice of silver for whatever they moved at the market. It was there I found my obsession for a good cup of tea, and my first redhead. Maybe he met the Black Widow out there. Closing in on the plane wreckage, we could see people are living in it, like squatters in an abandoned slum, trying to harvest plants from hydroponic pots and broken down farming tech machines. I keep trying to remember those times, to take myself back to that place before I accepted that with great power comes nauseating compulsivity. I should let the son of a bitch die. I should have let the son of a bitch die. Yes, he should say his name. Osborne. I should have let the son of a bitch die. But there was something inside me, biting at me, calling me a coward. That it was an easy kill. Passing over the wreckage, we see Peter Parker, walking towards the dusty and dirty road near the wreckage. Peter looks tired and lost, and he shows no fear as he looks towards the squatters and people living in the plane wreckage. That is not the way of a knight. I guess Craven would be proud. Even that is not the way of a knight. I guess Craven would be proud if he wasn't dead. And seeing how there is no road signs, I pretty much envy him right now. Seeing how there is no road signs and no pancakes, I pretty much envy him right now. I like that. He's got no food. He's still a kid. Before anyone could react towards him, we see a shield vehicle pull up next to Peter. Craven was an excellent mentor. He taught me how to swing on vines. He taught me how to harness my anger into a supernatural force of power, stamina, regeneration, triggering the proportionate strength of a spider. But when I found, but when I thought I, but when I thought I had found a friend, but when I thought I had found a friend, it turned out he was using me. He fast-tracked my evolution, then attempted to boil me alive and harvest my blood and organs. And as I stare upon a city of scavengers who look as viable to consume me rather than rob me, I wonder what's the difference between them, Craven, or the government stooge that is pulling up right now. I like that. The door opens and we see the sexy blonde Agent Clemmer. Nice to see you again, Mr. Parker. Call me Peter. As they pull away, she offers him a thermos of tea. Let me guess. This isn't a courtesy call. Fury needs me to do what now? Go catch that gamma rage monster? The guy that busted us loose? I should be thanking him. You are currently relieved of duties, Mr. Parker. Have a drink. You could use it. Mr. Parker. Peter. Have a drink. You could use it. This is knockout punch, right? I drink this, I wake up back in a lab. This is knockout punch, right? I drink this, I wake up back on a lab table. You are very cynical, Mr. Parker. Peter. It is tea, with real honey, a commodity unobtainable in the wastelands. So do not insult me. I like that she's sexy. She's a sexy chick. Before he can drink it, he passes out, with Agent Clemmer smiling seductively at him as she continues to drive through the wasteland. Well, thank you then. By the way, what happened to the other? He passes out. Panning out as the vehicle drives off with Peter, we can see several wreckages alongside the wasteland that have become makeshift slums. I don't need the comma. That have become makeshift slums, farms and havens for the survivors of the Civil War. Story title caption appears across the slums of the slums and sprawl. The slums and the sprawl. Does that need to be bold? Story title caption appears along the slums and the sprawl. The AracKnight Returns, Part 3. Bringing us to page 2. We pan above the wasteland to the shot of Empire City floating above in the clouds, as our story now transfers over to Dr. Octopus and his recovery efforts. Caption across the panel reads, Meanwhile, back above the wasteland in glorious Empire City, we pan into the top of what remains of the previously destroyed Oscorp Tower, where we see 3 frightened scientists standing together holding a set of blueprints as they watch Dr. O, who is attached to the lizard via spine and head as an avatar, stalking towards them. Do not be alarmed, gentlemen. I hold all 3 of you in the highest regard. Forgive the speed. I like the speed. Forgive the... What would be the word? Forgive the what? The quality... Forgive the quality... Forgive the quality of my audio. Forgive the quality of my audio, as I am still melding with this creature. But as long as you do as I command, and act as my limbs and levers, no harm shall come to any of you. So do not waste my time with the agony of your disposal, as you will have become a part of something greater. Is that not why you entered the world of science? To play God, or to challenge him? The scientists go from frightened to intrigued as they approach Dr. O on the lizard, like a Targaryen approaches a dragon, with fear and fascination. Dr. O is starting to give them commands. How is this possible, Doctor? With your notes, Dr. Harrow. You are the boldest brainiac on this planet, but even I am lacking at making a full symbiosis. But this subject is not a full reptile. Not this subject, this specimen. But even I am lacking at making a full... But even I am lacking at making a full symbiosis. But even I am lacking to achieve, not making. Even I am lacking at achieving. Achieving. But even I am lacking at achieving full symbiosis. This specimen is not a full reptile. He was once a human. Dr. Jorgensen, I will require you to take a sample of its blood and separate it. Of course, Doctor. Finally, Dr. Thaxton. I can feel my mind and physical structure slowly breaking down. I will need your mastery and regeneration technique. I will do what I can, Doctor, to provide a temporary solution. But any long-term sustenance will require a back to tank. We see Dr. O leaning close to intimidate Thaxton, creepy monster style. The lizard's tongue and nose sniffing and measuring the scared Dr. Thaxton, while Dr. O commands him. The tanks in this cursed spire were destroyed during my genesis. The tanks in that filthy prison were destroyed during my exodus. Who else in this city would have what we need? There are other labs we can raid, Dr. O. Perhaps if we contacted the Madripoor market. Dr. O then storms past Dr. Harrow, who isn't frightened of the lizard, almost admiring him with envy of his monstrous form as he passes by him fiercely. I am listening, Dr. Harrow. This plan will take much time and finance. We see Dr. O and the lizard re-enter the room. He drops open a huge net of fish, which sprawl out onto the floor, like a fisherman showing off his fresh catch. We must plan accordingly. But first, gentlemen, a late supper. As we see the other two scientists awkwardly grabbing a fish, Dr. Jorgensen approaches Dr. O and the lizard, while the lizard is consuming a large pile of fish. He tries to talk to the lizard while he is feeding, forgetting the brain of Dr. O is the one talking. Excuse me, Doctor. I don't know if I like this. I might cut this. This just last panel. Excuse me, Doctor. Look at me, Jorgensen. The monster cannot understand you. I'm sorry, Dr. O. But there is another option. See, I don't think they were being brought in, but at the same time, that back to tank was already fucking there. So I'm thinking about cutting this panel. He tries to talk to the lizard while he is feeding, forgetting the brain of Dr. O is the one talking. Excuse me, Doctor. Look at me, Jorgensen. The monster cannot understand you. I'm sorry, Dr. O. But there is another option. Well, if they were bringing him in, he was getting brought in, he'd know about the fucking tank. All right, keep it. Keep the fucking thing. He'd know about the tank. He's turning. They're turning heel. They're turning heel. Scientists are no longer waiting to be saved. All right, page 3 and 4. Let's mine. Let's do this. We got Dr. O is working with his scientist. Another doctor's about to tell him about the mayor's office. And so the idea is we have to get, our goal in this particular chapter is to get Dr. O to the mayor to either infiltrate or tear John Jameson out of that back to tank. And the fact of the matter is Jameson either is going to have Spider-Man there to protect him or save the day and have to turn and shake his hand at the end of the chapter. Or he's not going to be there and John Jameson's getting ripped out of that fucking thing and he might become Venom. Guess we're going to have to figure it out. But right now, I mean, a back to tank could be something cool that everybody in Empire City could have. Or everybody can Madripoor can have. Everybody has like a healing tank, like a Lazarus pit. The Lazarus pits. I mean, this is our universe. Why couldn't we merge DC and fucking? I mean, we threw a little Metropolis Easter egg in there. All right, it's April here, but we have to go 2 months back. So let me take you back to the lovely time of February 1977. I am in my mother's belly right now, because I won't be born for another 4 months. Oddly enough, this is written by Jim Shooter. Became a big deal over there at Marvel and Valiant and was a big name in the business. The first ever appearance of Lightmaster. Well, shit. How have we not fucking slabbed this comic? Here we go. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. It was always kind of fun too. If I'm writing, because I can't have music on. Well, I guess I could, but I would be copyright bullshit. So if you're doing this, it's always fun. If you're reading comics from the 70s, play music from the 70s. Put yourself in the period piece. Put yourself back on your bed as a little kid reading this comic book. And maybe it won't be shitty. All right. Who's the writer? Jim Shooter's the writer. Dun, dun, dun. The little figure, his light figure is some 300 feet in the air, arcing gracefully between buildings on thin strands of webbing. He is no stranger to grief and hard times, and today he has held more than a share of frustrations. But for this moment, he is lost in sheer exhilaration. A man in his element. All right, Spider-Man's swinging around the city. What do we got here? What are we going to get? Our goal today, of course, 2 pages, 12 panels, dialogue, directions, art, the whole fucking deal. Like I told you, Gramps, you can't cross our turf without you pay the sidewalk tax. I'll get the fuck out of here. They're ripping this poor guy off. Spider-Man's going to jump in, fuck some people up. He's chilling here on the wall. Everybody's fucking scattering. The old man says, thanks, buddy. But then he leaves. How come when Spider-Man doesn't leave, those fucking guys don't just come back and try to beat the shit out of him today? Rats. It never fails. That old man was more afraid of me than those hoods. Peter Parker luck is running to true form. I just about forgotten that I wasted the whole day looking for the tarantula and the too many kidnapped, and turns up a big fat zero. Piece of this puzzle. So those guys are still out there. Those guys are still kidnapped. Oh, and here we are. Meanwhile, in a bare storeroom of another otherwise posh Gramercy Park townhouse. So, Chancellor Gorman, you awaken, and you are surprised to see your kidnapper bound beside you. Not for long, amigo. Whoever was their benefactor, the guy that hired them, right? Hmm. Is the tarantula going to end up in our story somewhere? He's pissed off. Oh, the light master blinding you. That was the benefactor? I knew you'd break free. I was waiting for you, clown. Leader, I recognize your voice. This trick will not save you. I will find you. You will find defeat. Oh, good lord. He's no longer a leader. I am Light Master. Oh, good God. Oh, good Christ. The drug on the tarantula spike must have been used up. Perhaps then you too have heard my voice enough to guess who I am. Too bad I would eventually kill you, Chancellor. You're killing us with these shitty stories. This is why this title never took off. But we gotta give it a chance because we love Spider-Man. Sneaks back into his apartment. Oh, we got fucking. Oh, hey, we got a date going on here. Oh, shit. Think Pete will ever wake up Flash? Maybe this one will do it. Hey, that's right. What they got there? Elton John. She's listening to Bill Cosby, Chloe Grant. He sneaks past them. He comes and hangs out. Almost have I come back to walk back to into the living. Oh, good God. You still like him hanging out with his buddies. Your friendly neighbor and I started chatting. It turns out I'm going to try and fuck him. To make up for the wear and tear, how's about I take us all to dinner? Suddenly occurs to me I haven't eaten all day. Yeah, sure. Let me get dressed. All right, everybody's having a good fucking time. Everybody's having a good time. Who's bothering me? Let me tell this guy. I'll get a price for you. All right. No problem. I'll tell him what's up and let you know the price. Selling art, baby. Selling art. So, keep that email open because we gotta fucking follow it up. All right. I heard about this place. All right. So he's taking him over to a little restaurant. So this is supposed to dive more into the life and times of young Peter Parker. That's why it's not even called Spider-Man. Think about it. The title is called Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. So they're all hanging out. The idea is to try and make Peter Parker just as interesting. Because people had always said that the Peter Parker storyline is more interesting than the Spider-Man storylines. Ooh, is that it? Oh, he falls out. Shashan, is that you? It's been so long since. Where did you go? Why? No, please don't. Leave me alone, Flash. Tommy, this is a chick he met in Vietnam. He met her in the Nam. You gentlemen finished your step in my restaurant. Would you be so kind as to get out? So, Flash, this is where we get the first introduction of Shashan. Murder attempt on the mayor. Funny goings on at the city. We've done the murder attempt on the mayor. We made that one happen already. Light Master! Oh, God. The Light Master! I shoot lasers out of my chest! You will never fool! Oh, good God of Christ. Are we getting anything from this issue? Lame ass villain. And Flash meeting Shashan. Again, Shashan could be a Bond girl. Liz Connors could be a fucking Bond girl. They're all Bond girls. Jump, jump. Why the shades hurt your eyes? Yes, he's blinded. I've developed an interest in the kidnappings of Gordon Lansky. All right, they just. You can kind of tell these stories drag a bit. I like some action. I like some intrigue. I like to try and keep the story interesting. Some Game of Thrones shit. Spider Man. Good evening, Dr. Lansky. I thought I'd drop in on you to see why you gave up being a physics professor, specializing in light phenomena, to go into school administration and kidnapping. Oh, good God. You figured it out. Yes, I am the guy that's kidnapping everybody. It's me. I'm the fucking light master. Now there's more light energy. Shooting at my dick. Shooting at my dick. I'm going to punch out the light master. Oh, that's a really cool shot of the city. I like that. It's a cool little shot of Times Square. So what, he caught all the people that at the college that caught him being the fucking light master? Could you just kill the fucking light master, please? All right, good. Danger, high voltage. Please convince him to crash into the fucking thing, please. Yes! Tell me that we killed the fucking light master. Lansky's former cat's paw, Craven the Hunter, electroshocked himself while fighting me a couple days ago. And that's what gave me the idea. So what they're telling you is that they admit that they're using the same fucking defeat every time. Next issue. The Vulture. Enough said. All right, good. We're using the Vulture in our storyline, so we need this. Because I don't think we got jack shit out of that fucking story. But let's see. We always go back to our script in between stories so as not to downplay the comics. There is another option. That's where we left. So I'd like to transition back. In the hideout under the White House. We're going to bring in the tarantula as a gangster kind of type. Madripoor. Or Cordal Maltese. Let's open up our pages. San Marte. Through the kingdom of the Painted Desert lies the Isle of San Marte. Kingdom of the Painted Desert lies the Isle of San Marte. All right. I thought about this whole Venusville thing, the whole Total Recall thing, something along the Appalachian Mountains, like a series of setups built into the mountains using labor. What we need here on this page, we've gotten rid of Vulture and Sandman for a little bit. They're off doing their thing. They all got captured together, they got separated together. We may have to, they have to get back to Empire City because Dr. O is there. But we have to figure out how they get back to the city because Nick Fury's not taking them. Nick Fury's gonna have to take Spider-Man back to the city. So this is our writing conundrum. So we're probably gonna get back to the hideout where we get some exposition with Peter and Fury, which could work. And Tony Stark will be there. Tony Stark could be creating the tech for Peter. We cut to Peter in a shower. Yeah, Peter, we can cut to him in a shower. Agent Clemmer could be kind of watching him. It's kind of hot. I like that. To a shot of the hideout underneath the ruins of the White House. Caption across the page, panel reads, "Meanwhile, back in the ruins of Capital City." See, we have Empire City. This is Capital City. "Meanwhile, back in the ruins of Capital City, where we can have some vulture. Yeah. Where we can see a random vulture soaring over the scene as as a what? As a warning. As an omen? Yeah, as an omen. All right. I want to do more vultures back here too. Back on this page, I just thought of that. The farms and shit. We see vultures. We see vultures. We see several vultures. Some dead and being used for food. Some stalking for their own meat. You could have that in there. I like to have some vultures in there. Get some fucking vultures going. There we go. Boom. Let's get back down here. Meanwhile, in the ruins of Capital City. So Peter is going to be with Nick Fury. That's what we got going on this page. What are we discussing? What are we doing to get to the next scene? To move our story along and evolve it. We are in the third volume of what is a proposed 5-volume story. This is our midpoint. This is where the turning could be the turning point. Again, we can go 6 volumes, we can go 4 volumes, give the fuck up. The goal is 5 volumes because we did 4 for the AracKnight. This is the AracKnight Returns. It's the goal is 5 volumes. A 5-volume story. That's what we're trying to do as a class and as writers. But a good story that keeps us interested and keeps us actually wanting to sit here and write more. And you know when you're excited to sit down and do the next chapter that you're doing a good job as opposed to you just think you're doing it because it's a fucking job. And you don't want a real job. So what are we doing here? Peter, this is Peter and Nick Fury. But let's cut into. We cut into Peter inside of a huge of a showering of a locker room. Showering. No, remember he's in a bunker. Of a bunker showering facility where he is naked, being bathed by radiation techs in suits with large, foamy, soapy mops. What is it? Sponges? I guess brooms? No. Soapy sponges on sticks. Moving radiation from Peter's exteriors. From Peter's body. Agent Clemmer looks on from behind a shield. I mean, let's get a little byplay with these two, Agent Clemmer and Peter. Or we can have her look over with the soap, come over with the soap. Or do we want to make it less glamorous? Should he not get the girl after he just passed out in a fucking car? He shouldn't get the girl here. Well, we gotta let him get the girl. He should get laid. He should get laid in this story. He did get laid with Mary Jane at the beginning in chapter 1. All right, so we got that. He banged Mary Jane in chapter 1. I want a James Bond our Peter Parker. We don't do woke shit here. Peter gets laid. We get hot Bond girls in our fucking story. We cut into Peter inside of a bunker showering facility. We cut to Peter inside of a bunker showering facility. It's my dog snoring in the background. We cut to Peter inside of a bunker showering facility where he is naked being bathed by radiation techs in suits with large, foamy, soapy sponges on sticks, removing radiation from Peter's body. Nah, I feel like we could have more fun with that. I feel like we're missing out on a really cool panel there where Agent Clemmer is the one that's going to bathe them, where we imply that they're going to fuck as opposed to fucking. All right. Instead, we cut to Peter inside of a private. No, because he was just in the fucking car with Agent Clemmer. We cut to Peter inside of a private. Yeah, he was just in the car with her. But I still want to do something with him and Agent Clemmer. I want to get him laid. Nick Fury's supposed to be a badass, and these fucking spies are supposed to be sexy and cool. Let's do some mining, because I'm stuck. About how we want to go about this. What we need in pages 3 and 4 is we got to start getting Peter back to Empire City, but it's not so simple. He did a favor for Nick Fury, so Nick Fury's got to return the favor. Okay, so that's what we got. All right, so let's lay out the page here. Peter and Nick Fury discuss the future. Nick Fury owes Peter for springing Stark. Stark is getting radiation poisoning removed or treated, whatever. The idea is we're not going to use him right now. It'd be kind of cool if while he was in recovery, he drew up some plans for you. So we have him going back with a new suit. All right, I like this. Nick Fury owes Peter for springing Stark. And the gamma mine exposure, meaning like getting us to the gamma. We'll get into that. Stark is getting radiation poisoning removed or treated, so we won't see him again, not for a while. However, during his recovery, he took the liberty of drawing up some plans for you. The idea is that S.H.I.E.L.D. has limited but powerful resources. A contingent of people from the part of America that wasn't destroyed, trying to help bring back part that was. The idea is to resurrect the Avengers and take on a shadowy cartel that has built a huge city in the mountains of the wasteland called Venusville, or Storyville. No, Storyville's New Orleans. We're not going to New Orleans here. We're here on the East Coast there, Washington, D.C., Virginia, all that. That's the Appalachians. I want to work there. I want to work that area. So we're trying to lay out our pages here. The idea is that Nick Fury owes Peter. So they get him a new Spider-Man suit so he'll be able to go back as fucking Spider-Man instead of just Peter Parker. But he's got to get him back there. And I don't want it to be like just Nick Fury's got a fucking plane at his disposal. But we got to get Peter back to Empire City. We dropped him out of Empire City. We can't just have him drop out of Empire City and never come back. There has to be the ideas of a lesson learned, that he sees what's going on down here, which what Nick Fury is going to point out to him right now is that there is some bad shit going down. There's a cartel of people. We can use the tarantula. I like the tarantula. They keep throwing his ass into these stories. He's got a cool look. So we got to figure out what to do with him. But this is the fun part. Haven't read a lot of these issues in ages, so it's kind of like it's all coming back at you, and you use it and you mold it and you shape it. And the idea is you tell yourself it's fate that you were looking at these stories at this time, because this is what's molding and shaping our series of graphic novels and comic books in the realm of the spider. Because it's just fucking fun to do. You got to do what you love. I'd love to be a Spider-Man writer. Fuck it. I'm one of those dorks. So let's write. All right, let's mine. We know what we want to do with this page, so let's see if we can get some inspiration from next issue where Spider-Man will take on the Vulture. The Vulture is a bird of prey. This guy's running away from the Vulture. He's pretty fucking scared. Streets of Manhattan's west side are normally silent at 3 in the morning. Joe Knuckles isn't racing along. Joe is an extortionist, professional muscle. It's his job to instill fear, not suffer from himself. All right, what do we got here? It's all a dumb mistake. All right, Vulture's gonna fuck somebody up. Vulture's fucking somebody up. To strike when his prey can fight or flee no more. The Vulture does not say, but his great wings cleave the winter air, swiftly carrying the screaming hood over the city rooftops. Peter wakes up in bed, messy all over his crotch. He just had a wet dream. He sees the Vulture. It's freezing outside. He's got class early in the morning. After his fight with Sturgeon, oh god, the lizard and that stupid fucking it. God, that was a horrible issue. So he's tired from fighting the stupid dinosaur and the stupid lizard. Meanwhile, Vulture's gonna drop this guy into the fucking water. Wow, he did. But proper foe I might slay. You I totally dismiss to the garbage-strewn waters of the Hudson. Look at that. Shock and ice cold momentarily paralyzed Joe Knuckles until self-preservation proves stronger. Wow. He survived. When he refused to pay off, I figured to fix him last night. How can we take over the downtown rackets, boss, if the Vulture's feathering his nest here? Who the fuck is this guy? By not making any more stupid blunders, my man. With Kingpin and Hammerhead out of the picture. Oh, I like this, though. All right, Kingpin's at it because he fucking flipped out over trying to save his kid. And Hammerhead's gone, right? Would they fucking zap him again? Did he come back to fucking life? Why not make that bird an ally and I'll move from Harlem to take the whole enchilada? Deal now, double cross later. That's Mr. Morgan style. And if the gangster chief is at his brutal business bright and early. Morgan last appeared in Captain America 183. See, cross cultures. You guys, when you cross cultures and shit, Peter. Wakes up, come back to sleep. He's late for class. He's gonna get thrown out. He's swinging across. He's jumping on fucking buses, but he's freezing. Oh, I like that. He gets hit. Gets hit by a bus. Falls down. Hard luck, Peter. Almost gets hit by a fucking cab. That guy, the muscles in the cab. What's that place, Mr. Morgan? Would you expect to find a big-time supervillain out there hiding? Any dude who makes his business to know the neighborhood, Snuggles. I believe that's why I took you into my organization. Now shut the fuck up. Oh, look at that. They know where he is. Repair shop. When I want to visit, locks don't mean much to my boys. This place is closed, even if you can't read the sign. No sweat. It's all strictly friendly. My man Knuckles made a mistake last night. I'm here to correct it. By letting you in to my operation. With your abilities and my genius for organizing, we what? After months in this wretched shop anonymously rebuilding and increasing my powers, you dare think I'm going to turn him over to some mere mobster? Look out, Mr. Morgan. He's moving faster than your hired guns can react. This is the new Might of the Vulture. Oh, God. So he's going to beat up this gangster. I like this. Hangs him from a fucking street sign. That's not bad. But now this guy's pissed. So you know the gangster's pissed, the vulture's getting fucking killed. Meanwhile, Peter's fast asleep, fucking up his test, fucking up his classes as usual. Professor Ballinger. It's quite certainly possible. Doesn't really matter, Parker, if you can't remember to light your Bunsen burner. So he's chilling. Flash and I came to eat her the other night and he spotted a girl he knew from Vietnam. She ran off, but then I wonder if now, locked. What do you want? Go elsewhere for Shashank. I remember from that time Doctor Strange and I teamed up to help Flash. There's no mistake. Maybe I should way back at Amazing Spider-Man 109. Oh wow, is that? That's right. That's right. Remember Flash was getting fucked up by the Chinese people, the Vietnamese people, and they were part of that cult? Cease your struggles or be dropped, fool. Who is this? Is this Joe Knuckles again? He's vowed to grab a hostage every 15 minutes unless Spider-Man faces him. Oh, that's pretty fucked up. Why isn't Spider-Man here? The Daily Bugle's probably right. If this town didn't have superheroes, they wouldn't have villains. Yeah, right. So Parker's got to go. He's got to get into being Spider-Man. He's got to get all his shit on. I like this shit. I've got to get into something where he gets the web shooters. No action is possible without endangering the hostages. Most observers feel, but police tactical units are on the scene like Spider-Man who won't be long in snapping at the buzzard's bait. Announce a man. Back in Harlem, I wasted enough breath on the Falcon to learn that. Oh, that's right. He took on the Falcon. Oh, God, is this the fucking light? No, the Lightmaster's dead. If there's an extra charge for operating on such short notice. I owe the Vulture big. Ooh, I like this. He's bringing in some fucking guns here to fuck the Vulture up. When you hire the Hitman. Oh, I'd be great if it was Brett the Hitman Hart. But it's not. But it'd be really cool if it was. Anyway, the Hitman had just been brought in by fucking Mr. Morgan up there in Harlem. Spider-Man's gonna get involved. Now the Hitman's gonna fucking fire some shots because he's like Deadshot. Spider-Man's gonna slingshot himself like Muscle. Fucking give him the rack like Lex Luger. Drop his ass off the fucking roof. And Vulture's gonna give chase. And while the Vulture gives chase, we know the Hitman is setting up for his shot. It'd be so much better if it was Brett the Hitman Hart and just gave him like a fucking sharpshooter. So we got a little war Spider-Man with the Vulture. He sets up a little web trap, catches him in the web trap. He sets through the power of flight. They start dropping down the building. He spreads his wings. He punches him in the back. He headbutts him. Vulture farts on his fucking back, drops him to an elevator shaft. But then all of a sudden, the Hitman! I've taken a contract to make that by killing Spider-Man myself. I liked it. He wants to kill, he's hired to kill the Vulture, but he's taken the contract just to kill Spider-Man. I gotta tell you, that's pretty fucking impressive. Do we want to fucking follow this story out, or do we want to switch titles? Because we're all at the same lineup here. We could have gotten all these issues at the same time and stay here. We could stay here in Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Trapped between the Hitman and the Vulture. We'll stay here. We'll stay here. Let's get all caught up to April. What the fuck? What the hell? We cut back to a shot of the hideout underneath the ruins of the White House. Okay, we got that part. Huh. Do we want to have him showered first with? I want to get him and Agent Clemmer together. I like Agent Clemmer. I need a sexy chick for my. As a matter of fact, that's gonna be the cover. I need a cover. I need a cover for Iago. Absolutely. And I want to do a Steranko cover. Fuck yes. Thank you. I'm reading and I get inspired. So even though we're reading these shitty issues, I need a cover. I just finished the textbook for chapter 2. I got to sell it on the Kickstarter. I need a fucking cover. Steranko 6, Steranko 70s, baby. Fury, Agent Clemmer. We're going to have Gwen and Mary Jane. Yeah, I'm thinking we do Gwen and Mary Jane as shield agents. Yes. Like Spider Signal and shit. Yes. All right. Iago, we just figured out your next cover. Jose is going to be doing his next covers. I got him going. So I got to get Iago going. I got to get Renato going. What the fuck can Renato do? Renato's still drawing, but he's almost done. You see what we do here? We do covers as well as, but I like this Gwen and Mary Jane as spies, as spider spies, like 70 spider spies. Yes, that's my textbook. Mic drop. We got to write that over to Iago afterwards, after he ships that art. And I got to get him to write back to me. We got to finish this first. Iago, circle that. Write to Iago after. We got our cover by thinking about Gwen and Mary Jane, Agent Clemmer, in this sexy scene here. All right. Meanwhile, back in the ruins of Capital City. He should shower first. Agent Clemmer will join. I like that. We're going to give him a happy ending here. We're going to give him a good ending here. All right. We pan in. It should be Fury and Peter talking, right? So what do we have? Are they in the bunker? Peter and Nick Fury discussed it. We come back to a shot. So Peter will. Okay. Let's do this. Peter and Nick Fury discuss the future. All right. We see Peter looking around the inside of his quarters, of his temporary quarters, inside the bunker. We see Peter looking inside, Peter looking around. We see Peter looking around, Peter looking around the inside of his temporary quarters inside the bunker. They are not fancy, but he is happy to see the bed. They are not fancy, but he is happy to see the bed. It ain't the Ritz. Oh no, I always wanted to stay at the White House. See Peter looking around the inside of his temporary quarters inside the bunker. They're not fancy, but he is happy to see the bed. But before he can settle in, Nick Fury enters. Okay, so Nick Fury will say. So what do you think? So what do you think, kid? Well, who wouldn't want to brag? Who wouldn't want to brag about sleeping at the White House? Well, who wouldn't want to brag about sleeping at the White House? Well, under it. Under it, at least. Can the pleasantries. Can the pleasantries. Pleasant? Can the pleasantries, Fury. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Can the pleasantries, Fury. What do you want from me? So I like that. What do you want from me, motherfucker? All right, so now we'll take this. So now we're flowing a little bit. Let's keep the flow. Actually, move the notes. These are notes. Gamma mind, idea shield, limited but powerful researchers. All right, we know this. We're going to discuss all this now. What do you want from me? Fury pulls out a cigar, and lights it up. Fury pulls out a cigar and lights it up. Came here to thank you, kid. You did good. Came here to thank you, kid. You did good. I didn't have a choice. Yes, you did. You could have died out there. You could have died out there, but you fought back. It's generic. No, let's go somewhere with this. Fury pulls out a cigar and lights it up. I came here to thank you, kid. You did good. I didn't have a choice. Yes, you did. You could have died out there, but you fought back. You fought hard. You sprung stock. You fought hard. You sprung stock. Peter. He seemed like he was having. He seemed like he was having a good time. Yes, you did. You could have died out there, but you fought back. You could have died out there. Could have given up. You could have given up the second hope was lost. But you fought back. You fought hard. You sprung Stark. He seemed like he was having a good time. He seemed like he was having a good time there. Well, he wasn't. Well, he wasn't. Matter of fact, he's currently in a coma. He's currently in an induced coma. What do you mean? Radiation poisoning. Radiation poisoning. He doesn't have your youth or your resolve. Your youth He doesn't have your youth, your blood. He doesn't have your youth, your blood, or your stamina. His mind is his greatest weapon. We are currently without that. I don't know. Do we want to get that fucked up? Should it not be an induced coma? Yeah, because even though he's hooked up and all fucked up now, he should be awake. All right. He seemed like he was having a good time there. Well, he wasn't. Matter of fact, he's currently in our he's currently in our makeshift intensive care unit. What do you mean? Radiation poisoning. He doesn't have your youth, your blood, or your stamina. His mind is his greatest weapon, and it's currently on overdrive. It's currently on overdrive, while the rest of him is hooked up. He doesn't have your youth, your blood, or your stamina. His mind is his greatest weapon, and it's currently on overdrive, with the rest of him hooked up to machines, trying to create high nanotech. Oh, I kind of like where we're going here. Now we have a reason to get Peter back into Empire City. Who is the master of fucking nanotech is Dr. Octopus. A man who's basically become like a fucking machine, a cyborg. Now Peter knows that Dr. O's brain is still there. A master of nanotech, Dr. O. That's how it all connects. All these fucking people need each other. And this is the speech right now. He doesn't have your youth, your blood, or your stamina. His mind is his greatest weapon. And it's currently on overdrive, while the rest of him is hooked up to machines trying to create the type of nanotech, while the rest of him is hooked up to machines. Can I help? I am something of a scientist. I like that line. Can I help? I am something of a scientist. It's a lot of conversation here. So you put a lot of panels in here. As long as you keep it interesting. Fury pulls out a cigar. You never want to just have one talks to the other. You always want an action. Fury pulls out a cigar and lights it up. Can I help? I am something of a scientist. So what does he do? What's the action here? I want to keep writing. I don't want to go back to the comic real quick. I like where we're going with the scene, but it's a lot of conversation. So how do we keep the conversation interesting? I am something of a scientist. Fury pulls a file out of his long overcoat. Peter looks visibly annoyed. Peter looks visibly annoyed. Fury pulls a file out of his long overcoat. Peter looks visibly annoyed while Fury runs down his his resume. Peter Parker, son of Richard and Mary Parker. Peter Parker, son of Richard and Mary Parker. Deceased. Former agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Peter Parker, son of Richard and Mary Parker. Deceased. Former agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Believed to have betrayed and double-crossed believed to have betrayed their country as double agents. Believed to have betrayed their country as double agents. Executed within the proper channels. That how it went down? What the fuck is your problem, Fury? He's pissed. He's pissed that he's talking about, you know? Peter Parker, son of Richard and Mary Parker. Deceased. Former agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Believed to have betrayed their country as double agents and executed within the proper channels. Is that how it went down? What the fuck is your problem, Fury? What are you getting at? There is a certain mayor. There is a certain mayor of a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish there is a certain mayor of a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish. There is a certain mayor of a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish orb of influence currently floating right above this paradise. For years, Peter, we have been working. There is a certain mayor of a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish orb of influence currently floating right above this paradise. For years, Peter, we have been working on recovery efforts. There are still thousands of people. Some estimates get close to 1 million in number. Survivors, former Americans, displaced, deserted, and eventually captured and exploited. First Civil War. First Civil War in this country was fought. I like where we're going here. The first Civil War in this country was fought to end slavery. The first civil war in this country was fought to end slavery. And now the second one has resurrected it. Wherever I was before the war, whatever resources we have left. Whatever I was before the war, whatever resources we have left. Our unit, our detachment, still invested. Our unit, our detachment is still invested in the aftermath of this country. Our unit, our detachment is still invested in the aftermath of this country. So maybe it shouldn't be the Appalachians. Maybe Venusville should be the Rockies. The fucking lakes, it should all be gone. Everything should be gone between the Rockies and the Appalachians. It should all be wasteland. But you still got the Mississippi. You still got the Mississippi. Maybe, yeah, maybe everything east of the Mississippi is wiped out. And so, like, the Mississippi River is like a wall. The wall is on the Mississippi. So now let's get back to the Appalachians. We like the Appalachians. We can use the fucking Appalachians. That's Venusville. It's a coastline city. Arizona Bay would be the remnants of America. Our unit, our detachment, is still invested in the aftermath of this country. I don't know, that's getting a little too melodramatic there. There is a certain mayor, a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish orb of influence, currently floating right above this paradise. For years, Peter, we've been working on recovery efforts. There are still thousands of people, some estimates get close to 1 million in number. Survivors, former Americans displaced, deserted, and eventually captured and exploited. The first civil war in this country was fought to end slavery, and now the second one has resurrected it. Whatever I was before the war, whatever resources we have left, our unit, our detachment, I can give you some melodramatic speech. I can even have him saying, I can give you some melodramatic speech. Fury puffs a large cloud of cigar smoke towards Peter as he pulls out a file of his long overcoat. Peter looks visibly annoyed. Peter runs down his resume. Like that. All right, good, good, good. So it's a lot of conversation in this scene. Our unit, our detachment. I give you some melodramatic speech of God and country, but it would be bullshit. I'm just not going to see slavery. I'm just not going to see slavery. I'm just not going to see slavery on American soil. Our unit, our detachment. I give you some melodramatic speech about God and country, but it would be bullshit. Slavery on American soil, not on my watch. Good speech. Nah, I don't think. Nah, I don't want that fucking Marvel quip humor there. Not on my watch. There is a certain mayor of a very powerful, very rich, and very selfish orb of influence, currently floating right above this paradise. For years, Peter, we have been working on recovery efforts. There are still thousands of people. Some estimates get close to 1 million in number. Survivors. Former Americans displaced, deserted, and eventually captured and exploited. The first civil war in this country was fought to end slavery. And now the second one has resurrected it. Whatever I was before the war, whatever resources we have left, our unit, our detachment, I can give you some melodramatic speech about God and country, but it would be bullshit. But slavery on American soil, not on my watch. All right, so that's the speech. So what was the point of the speech? Let's have a little fun here. Peter stands off with Nick Fury, with Fury, but instead of assaulting him, Peter actually just grabs a cigar from his overcoat. Peter stands off with Fury, but instead of assaulting him, Peter actually just grabs a cigar from his overcoat. Not on my watch. Knight's coat. That is not the way of a knight. Hmm. Would he say that there? Our unit, our detachment? I can give you some melodramatic speech about God and country, but it will be bullshit. But slavery on American soil? Not on my watch. Peter stands off with Fury, but instead of assaulting him, Peter actually just grabs a cigar from his overcoat. That is not the way of a knight. That is not the way of a knight. So let me guess. You traded my life. You traded my life for a chance to get in bed with Jameson. You traded my life for a chance to get in bed with Jameson. And your other three friends. And your other three friends. And that contingent. And that cadre. And that cadre of clowns. And your other three friends. And that cadre of clowns that tried to wipe you out. And your other three friends. And that cadre of clowns that tried to wipe you out. And in return, the pocketbook, the pocketbook of Empire City. The deep pockets, and in return, the deep pockets of Empire City. The same pockets Your friend, the doctor, tried to empty the same pockets, the deep pockets of Empire City, the same pockets your friend the doctor tried to empty last year. So let me guess, you traded my life for a chance to get in bed with Jameson and your other three friends, and that cadre of clowns that tried to wipe you out. And in return, the deep pockets of Empire City, the same pockets your friend the doctor tried to empty last year, the same pockets paying that are paying for all this equipment, the same pockets that are paying for all this equipment, same pockets that are paying for all this equipment that is keeping us all in stacks. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, Shield is a business. At the end of the day, Shield is a business. The deep pockets of Empire City, the same pockets your friend the doctor tried to empty last year, the same pockets that are paying for all this equipment that is keeping us all in stacks. At the end of the day, Shield is a business. Fury lights up Peter's cigar. Fury's in. This is basically just a really fun fucking little conversation, little one-on-one between Fury and Peter. You know, even before even before the mayor put a hit on you. Even before the mayor put a hit on you, we had you in our sights. Not just because of your parents. For a while, we thought you were the one. For a while, we thought you were the one behind the Mars colony sabotage, the attempted the Mars colony. For a while, we thought you were the one behind the attempted Mars colony sabotage. Millions of people need to be rescued. Team of scientists brought to the hideout. We did all that shit already. Boom. Guilt venturing to the wasteland. Appalachians become Venusville. As for Dr. Peck, scientist. He has to track down the tanks that have gone to Jameson for his son. Yes. Battle with the Lizard. Defend the mayor. Bond girl Gloria Grant. Team Fury has working down there. I don't think we need these guys' names. They are the Nest. I don't think we're going to use that shit. Probably not going to use any of that shit. Keep Gloria Grant as a Bond girl for later. So we got some notes. Notes and jokes and notes and jokes. All right, what do we got? Fury lights up Peter's cigar. Even before the mayor put a hit on you, we had you in our sights. Not just because of your parents. For a while, we thought you were the one behind the attempted Mars colony sabotage. The chameleon. The chameleon song. It's a long story. What happened to the others? What happened to the others? Vulture, Sandman. the vulture, and the other guy, Sandman, and the other guy, the Sandman, whatever his name is. Took off, gone. Even before the mayor put a hit on you, we had you in our sights. Not just because of your parents. For a while, we thought you were the one behind the attempted Mars colony sabotage. The chameleon song. It's a long story. What happened to the others? Vulture and the other guy, the Sandman, whatever his name is. Gone. They took off after that thing, that Hulk, hit the mine. Gone. They took off after that thing, that Hulk that hit the mining operation. They took off after that thing, that Hulk that hit the mining operation. Fortunately, we don't have the resources to go after him. All right, so I'm gonna end this page good. We had a lot of fun with this conversation. I'm gonna end it sexy. The chameleon song. It's a long story. What happened to the others? Vulture and the other guy, the Sandman, whatever his name is. Gone. They took off after that thing, that Hulk, that hit the mining operation. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right now. But thanks to him, so I needed to say where they have the gamma rocks, radiation poisoning. Okay, they took off after that thing, that Hulk, that hit the mining operation. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right now. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right now. That Hulk that hit the mining operation. He didn't leave anyone alive for questioning. He didn't leave anyone alive. He didn't leave anyone alive for questioning. The scavengers took off with whatever rocks. All right, I like this kick. Gone. They took off after that thing, that Hulk. They took off after that thing, that Hulk that hit the mining operation. They took off. They took off after that thing, that Hulk that hit and destroyed. That hit and destroyed. They took off after that thing, that Hulk that hit and destroyed the mining operation. That Hulk. They took off after that thing, that Hulk hit and destroyed the mining operation. He didn't leave anyone alive for questioning. The scavengers took off with whatever rocks they couldn't claim. Whoever doesn't die, whoever doesn't die, will sell the rocks to whoever we're going after. Well, Can't say we don't have the resource to go after him after. Okay. So they took off after that thing, that Hulk, hit and destroyed the mining operation. He didn't leave anyone alive for questioning. Scavengers took off with whatever rocks we couldn't claim. Fortunately, we don't have the resource to go after it right now. We have bigger fish. It took off after that thing, that Hulk, hit and destroyed the mining operation. He didn't leave anyone alive for questioning. Scavengers took off with whatever rocks we couldn't claim. Not scavengers, prisoners. The captives. The former captives. The former captives took off with whatever rocks we couldn't claim. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right, to go after any of them, to go after it right now. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right now. We have bigger fish. All right, so let's move these notes to 4. We have bigger fish, but I want to give this page a sexy ending. Sexy ending. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after it right now. We have bigger fish. We have bigger fish. The idea is they got to get Stark healed up, and then maybe you have to go back into the wastelands. They either have to stay there now, or they have to get the nanotech from Dr. O. So Peter will say, "Well, Osborn had Dr. I say, I like where we're going here. All right, let's put it in the notes. Might as well type it up here. Okay. Fury needs nanotech in order to send nanobots into Tony Stark's bloodstream in order to destroy and consume the radiation, the gamma particles. Oh, I like it. The gamma particles in his blood. We'll fuck with that. Peter will say that Dr. O is currently a prisoner at Osborn's lab, which he doesn't know was destroyed. So Peter will have to have Fury get him a ride back to Empire City to claim Dr. O, which, of course, will lead to our confrontation with Dr. O, Peter, Dr. O, and Spider-Man at the mayor's building with the back-to-tank and John Jameson. And John Jameson at, which of course will lead to our confrontation with Dr. O and Spider-Man at the mayor's building with the back-to-tank and John Jameson. John Jameson's body. We even have the first Venom infestation on Peter. The climax. We'll see. Point is, we get this crash course. They need something from Dr. O. Dr. O is the only guy who can fucking pull it off. The mind. The constant theme of this story is the mind is the most valuable commodity. We kind of like that. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go after right now. We have bigger fish. Peter stands up, ready to fight. But Nick comically steps back when he smells Peter. I like this. I like where we're going with this. We'll have an eighth panel too. Maybe even a ninth panel. I'm fucking crazy with that. I mean, it's just a conversation fucking page. So you can just have fucking smaller panels. You go as high as 9. I've never done more than 9. I've always stay between 6 and 8. Occasionally do a splash panel, but it's always around 6 to 8, depending on how much is going on the page. We might have to go with a ninth panel here. I want Agent Clemmer washing fucking Peter's naked ass body. Peter stands up ready to fight, but Nick comically steps back when he smells Peter. So then, back in battle it is. So then, back in battle is it? At ease, soldier. At ease, soldier. So then, back in battle is it? At ease, soldier. You've earned one night off. At ease, soldier. You've earned one night off. Steps back when he smells Peter and points and gestures to his current hygiene. So then, back in battle is it? At ease, soldier. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's 4th of July and it's fucking about to rain. First, we need to address this. Well, what? Well, I was in a gamma prison. Well, I was in a gamma prison, and then there was the rope. I was in a gamma prison, and then there was the road. Exactly. Exactly. You may be covered head to toe. You may be covered head. You may be covered in. You may be covered in gamma. You're covered in gamma. You may be covered in gamma. You may be covered in gamma radiate. Gamma what? Exactly. You may be covered in gamma. You may be covered in gamma. Exactly. You may be covered in gamma. You currently smell like garbage. Nah, garbage is stupid. Exactly. You may be a walking. You may be a walking gamma bomb. You may be a walking gamma bomb from the toes up. You may be, Exactly. You're a walking gamma suit from the toes up. I like something about the toes up. Here we go. I got the end of this page. I know what I want to get to. I want to get to the fun part. Oh, well, I was in a gamma prison, and then there was the road. Exactly. You're a walking you're a walking pile of gamma particles. You're a walking pile of particles right now. You're a walking pile of radioactive particles right now. Exactly. You're a walking pile of radioactive particles, right? You're a pile of particles. You're a walking pile of particles right now. He doesn't need to say radioactive. Exactly. You're a walking pile of particles. You're a walking pile of particles. We need to make sure we need to make sure you don't end up like Stark, or worse, whatever that thing is. That thing is, or worse, whatever that thing is. Whatever that thing is out there. Exactly. You're a walking pile of particles. You're a walking pile of particles. And we need to make sure you don't end up like Stark, or worse, whatever that thing is out there. That thing is out there hopping through the desert, or worse, whatever that thing is out there hopping through the wastelands. Exactly. You're a walking pile of particles. And we need to make sure you don't end up like Stark, or worse, whatever that thing is out there hopping through the wastelands. You're going to need a full strip down. You're going to need a full strip down and a complete cavity cleanse. Exactly. You're a walking pile of particles. And we need to make sure you don't end up like Stark, or worse, whatever that thing is out there hopping through the wastelands. You're going to need a full strip down and a complete cavity cleanse. As we see Fury leaving Peter's room with that cool smirk on his face as the trail of smoke follows behind him, we see Agent Clemmer. We see Agent Clemmer entering the room. She is wearing a skin tight wetsuit. We see Agent Clemmer entering the room. She is wearing a skin tight wetsuit. She's wearing a skin tight wetsuit and holding a large sponge on a stick. And holding a large sponge on a stick that is dripping. She is wearing a skin tight wetsuit and holding a large sponge on a stick that is with foamy, dripping with foamy soap. Oh, I love this. We see Agent Clemmer entering the room. She is wearing a skin tight wetsuit and holding a large sponge on a stick that is dripping with foamy soap. In other hand, she has a bottle of vodka. Nah, she has a thermos of tea, of hot, steaming tea. We see Peter frozen, an adolescent, shock, and playful awe as the cigar drops. I don't want drops. As in a funny way of showing he is becoming aroused at Agent Clemmer coming in, we see his grin pop, which shoots his cigar upwards and nearly burns his face. And a complete cavity cleanse. Or worse, whatever that thing is out there hopping through the wastelands. You're going to need a full strip down and a complete cavity cleanse. Maybe we should say that first here. Yeah, fuck that. No, it should be scary at first. You're going to need a full strip down and a complete cavity cleanse. 'Cause I don't think you need too many lines here. Agent Clemmer should walk in. Peter could say, Agent C- C- Clemmer? Agent Clemmer? You're welcome, Peter. You're welcome, Peter. You're welcome, Peter. It's good. We don't need to say 15 minutes later that he came in 15 minutes. Gotta do some James Bond shoots. I love ending it like that. It's fucking hot. She comes walking in with the fucking wetsuit and a fucking big fucking sponge on a stick. She's gonna fucking bathe his ass down, full cavity cleanse. It's gonna be the greatest fucking 10 minutes of his life. That is how we end page 3. Let us get to page 4. Love making comic books. All right, what do we got? Fury needs nanotech in order to send nanobots into Stark's bloodstream in order. Now, are we going back up to Empire City? We're going to go back and forth page to page? Or do we just keep this story going? And where is our story going? Let's do some mining. We need to figure out what happens on page 4. So the hitman's taking this contract in order to fucking get his hands on the Vulture. Vulture's annoyed. He's like, what do you mean? What the fuck's going on here? There we go. The bottom of the elevator shaft. He's got his gun trained on him. The hitman wants to fucking blow his fucking head off. The Vulture's a little annoyed that he's getting used. Now also remember, we've got the Vulture and the Sandman out in the wastelands. We could use them as transition as well. We've got Sandman and Vulture out in the wastelands. They took off. They left before S.H.I.E.L.D. got there to save Tony Stark. Norman Osborn, again, is still kind of laid out there at a fucking in an empty, abandoned medical facility. Peter connected him to a bunch of shit, made sure he'd survive, and then took off. Now, I don't know if he's going to say something to Fury or leave that alone. We haven't brought that up yet. We've got a hitman. Brett the hitman hooked. Vulture stops it because he's annoyed. He says, no, you fuck face. I got to fucking kill this guy. Stunned into helplessness for trying to crush my costume's power pack after I had been electronically booby-trapped. And fucking with the vulture. Sorry, guys. Flattered as I am to have you fighting over me. So Spider-Man's got to fight a triple threat match against the Vulture and the Hitman. And now the Hitman is, again, he is relentless. He wants to kill Spider-Man. He's firing off fucking rounds. That puts him in the Punisher's class. He's managed to snap 4 of them already. The Punisher is a full-time vigilante and sometime ally of Spidey, Archie. Never had a target move so swiftly. All right, so this is kind of a cool chase scene. And we have this where we have warring factions here. Dr. O hates Norman Osborn. So does Peter Parker. So does the Sandman and the Vulture. They had to work together. They were forced to work together. And they worked together. And now they're separated. We can allude to Sandman and Vulture out in the wastelands. Because I don't want to just have them show back up in Empire City. There should be some sort of fucking reunion. Peter's got to get back. What we have to do in our story now, remember, he fell out of Empire City. The Sky Bridge was fucking torpedoed. It is gone. The Sky Bridge was what they were building to connect Empire City. It was almost like a vertical bridge. A vertical bridge. I kind of love the idea. It's like an elevator, like a cyber elevator, like a space elevator, which they'll start rebuilding at the end of this story, of course. So right now, again, where we have our characters, Peter's getting laid. He's getting fucking washed up and down by freaking Agent Clemmer. He's having a good time. Finally, he gets a little good one. Got to give him a W. We have to love being this character. We got to want to be this character, but it can't be unrealistic. We got some tension between the two of them. You know, she's working out there in a fucking wasteland. She's either fucking Fury or she's fucking everybody. Point is, what are we doing with this story? What is page 4? Yay! I just like to go there. See if people jump in. All right, the hitman trying to kill the vulture shoots him in the face with some sort of gas. What happened? Oh, this happens every now and then. I have to reset. Licky licky without me. Oh, God damn it. All right, where are we? No, we read this one already too. Yeah. Ah, with the hitman. God damn it. Here we go. Yay, caught back up. Irritant burning his eyes and his skin shot him in the eyes. The hitman is basically calculating. He's checking in with his man, Mr. Morgan, the new gangster in town. More complicated than usual hits the syndicate commissioned me to perform. Electronically booby traps him. He's fucking. Alright, so the hitman gets his little trackers on everybody. Shashan, you are mistaken, sir. No such person works your guts. So they're hiding his bitch. We get Flash and Mary Jane. What we need to do in this particular storyline, this chapter, this story, we got to get Peter out of Empire City, unless our story keeps him here. I mean, get him back to Empire City, either before, after, or during when Dr. O gets that fucking tank. The restaurant owner whirls in annoyance, letting the curtains close, barring himself from view. And with swift purpose, full strides. Even we can get even crazier if, like, maybe Dr. O kills Commissioner Stacy. Ascends the worn stairs to a private room where a young girl sits at least. Oh, why doesn't she want to talk to Flash? You see what they're doing here? They want you to be more interested in the side characters. It's buggy, MJ. Shashan knows me from Nam. Despite some hassles, I thought we were friends. I thought we was banging. Meanwhile, the hitman sits around, fumbling with his weaponry. Immensely grateful, bored of health. I shouldn't put the place down. I'm probably happier here than I've been anywhere since Aunt May, Uncle Ben shared the old house in Forest Hills. Boy, have I gone through some changes since those days. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's really dragged out writing. Glory granted someone the neighbor might fall by, and oh no, out of clean clothes. He's got to wash his clothes in the dryer. I mean, on the stove. He gets caught. His clothes are burning. He's doing laundry in the kitchen. The hitman is tracking him. Within the private jet that serves as his mobile headquarters, the hitman turns, ready for the hunt and the kill. Thinking, brooding, hungering for a vengeance that has eluded him, become too complex. 1 hour later, the vulture sees down at the snow-crested city. And the hitman's firing back at him. On his motorcycle, we got a motorcycle chase through the city. The vulture chases him down. So that's what I'm saying now. Could we allude to Vulture and Sandman having some adventure? Could we make it interesting enough that our story can go there? Because now that we brought in new characters, that gets our onion bigger. That opens up our world. If they even talk about Venusville, we can even have Vulture and Sandman. They get there first. And they shouldn't be captured. They should be working there as like enforcers. They were sent in to bust up that mine. Do we have to give them another mission? Or is it just that Peter runs into them there? Where is Dr. O? Or is it more important than saving Venusville? Because we can even say Vulture and Sandman can end up in Venusville. Working for the Tarantula. I want to bring in some sort of we had the Gamma Mine, but we didn't have anybody behind it. We had Dr. Stillwell there performing experiments. We don't know who was in charge of the Gamma Mine. The idea is they need to figure out who's in charge of the Gamma Mine. We suspect that they're operating there out of Venusville. I love Venusville. Literally just built into the mountains with slave labor. And they'll enter in through the slave colony. Maybe even meet a slave layer or two there. Me daughter. All right, I like this chase here. Peter's in his fucking clothes here. He looks out the window. The hitman is fighting the vulture, shooting at him with guns. Everybody's getting their ass kicked, punched in the fucking head. We got loop the loops. We got fucking show it to you. He puts out his other asshole, his other rifle. He puts out a big web. He gets cracked in the fucking face. He throws the fucking trash cans. Shot it at the wall. Hitman's gonna take them both out. I like this bike. I like this bike. What can we do with this hitman bike? Ugh. Good, but not good enough. Good, but not good enough. You're tired, wall crawler, faltering. It's clear from your punches. See your legs buckle and betray you, while my power leaves me ever on attack. This is the finished Spider-Man. No! It ends unconscious. Spider-Man dangles. Perfect. I only grazed him. Oh, Spider-Man's leaving a dummy, right? Yeah, it's a dummy. The bullet just before it robs you for a bit. As the vulture's swooping in. Oh, he wasn't. He was just playing possum. As the round is fired, hits him right in the power pack. The bullet shattered it. Without it, he can't fly. Falls all the way down. Shatters the planks, tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. Spider-Man then flips around, loop-de-loops, drop kicks into the wood, through the fence, paint the fence. And now he's looking for the hitman. But now the hitman is gone. A man called Oh, good God. Morbius, really? Morbius? Fucking vampires. Fucking vampires. That's where we're going. We're going fucking vampires. That's where we are. Did we get anything off that page? Anything we could use? Anything at all? These are some rough issues, but the idea is to see, do we get anything out of it other than the goings on in the life of Spider-Man? What is interesting? It's fun to travel through the history of Spider-Man, but we're also trying to pull shit that we could use in a master story of our own. What elements can we pull? What mining can we do? Hmm. The one good thing we got here is that good idea today, the radioactive, the bathing polishers. Fopi Soam, like the masks, visors, the whole deal. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to get a drink. You enjoy this video. Gotta get my brain keep going here.
Hey boys, we're here today to talk about Arachnophoria. It's the newest Kickstarter art book from Faro's Lounge, the only publisher who makes coffee table books, fit for a true galactic warlord. With 10 variant covers, ranging from sexy safe to OMG. Nobody captures obsession like Faro's Lounge. And for this Kickstarter, you have a choice of interiors. There's the traditional covers and commissions. And then there's the Skynet version, which is 32 versions of us. And even more of us when we hit the stretch goal. Faro's Lounge, because your comics are fucking boring. So pledge your allegiance on the new Kickstarter. We'll be waiting.
Nice. Where are we? Where we are now is we did Amazing Spider-Man was in April. We just got this all the way caught up to April, right? So Morbius can wait for next time unless we get to Morbius now. We can't mine these other two. So we're here mining now with Adam fucking Warlock. We have something here with space. We could allude. Okay, we have Spider-Man. We have Sandman and Vulture in the wasteland on their own. Norman Osborn's body. He's laid out. Got a lot of rain here for 4th of July. That kind of sucks. Let's see. We also have Dr. O needs the nanotech, but Mayor Jameson has his kid in a bacta tank. It's all coming together. Maybe this will help because I don't really know if we got anything here to use in that last issue. It was just the only thing we really got here is our converging storylines. But I don't like to just jump right to the next scene. I like to just show what's going on in all of our stories. To Sandman and Vulture, are they carrying gamma rocks with them? We can have them out in the desert really quick, carrying some gamma rocks. Like he'd have just a fucking sack of gamma rocks over his shoulder. And they could be approached by like fucking that guy, the hitman in those bikes. I like that hitman bike. Like almost like Mad Max kind of thing. You gentlemen looking for work? I do want to have something going on with Sandman and Vulture. This could be one of those pages that's showing all the other players in the game. You can have an astronomer there. What was that fucking Dr. Neela again? Ajram, that the fucking Hindu doctor. Nah, don't worry about that. Let's see what we get here from Adam. I don't know where to go here, where I want to go yet. I know I want to. We have our weaving storylines. Sandman and Vulture are together in the wastelands. Sandman has a sack of gamma rocks. They could be approached. I like just looking at that biker approached by bikers. I like the biker thing that I saw there. I feel like I want to go there with like seeing this the Hitman. I like that bike. That bike was fucking cool. Those fucking scavenger bikes, you know? Something I like there. Let me see that fucking bike again. I like the bike. I like the bike. I will stay here with the back here real quick. Yeah. All right, the hitman. Give me that fucking bike. I like that bike. He doesn't need to be the hitman. Just they look like the hitman. Like just bodysuit fucking bullet fucking magazines wearing bullet magazines and where's that bike? Left that fucking bike. Where is it? There it is. The bike is what I pulled out of this. Yes. I need that bike to send to my artist. Come on, unfortunately. The weather sucks. So I'm chilling and writing. Perhaps later. Enjoy, my friend. Thinking you could have a sticky licky without me. Blows that we're getting all this fucking rain right now. Well, it's daytime, so hopefully it clears up. All right. No, I forgot to take a picture. I love that bike. Bang. All right. And we have our textbook idea, which always makes me happy. I love making my little textbooks. All right. Spider textbook. The power bike. That's what we're going with. Let's get our brain moving here. All right. We're gonna cut Sandman and Vulture. That's where I'm feeling I'm going. We gotta get them a job. I like this Venusville thing I'm tinkering with. I want a city accessible to metropole. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Like New Orleans could be one big atoll. All right, here we go. Page 4. We cut across the wastelands, catch up to the Vulture and the Sandman. What are we showing? Them walking across a field? We did the plains already. We did the plains, so where would they be? Where would they be walking? I don't want to do more plains. We did the plains already. Scavenger farms. When they over a canyon, what are they doing? They got to get back to Empire City. They'll be offered a job. It's essentially where we're going with page 4. It doesn't have to be the whole page, but it could be some transitionary shit here. We cut across the wastelands to catch up with the Vulture and the Sandman. They will be discussing how to get back to Empire City and to find and not and to ration what they stole from the mine. They will be approached by biker slash hitman, but instead of an altercation, they offer them a job. That is how we get them to Venusville. Those rocks don't belong to you, mate. By all means, come and get them. Come and get them. Let's see how many I can. See how many I can ram up your ass. And trust me, wherever I put it, you won't be able to shite it out. You won't be able to shite it. Everything with him is sodomizing somebody with a fucking gamma rock. Oh, that is some rumbling thunder. Not good on 4th of July, so I'm glad I'm home and I'm right. Oh, I love having fun. Remember, see, it just takes an image. All it takes is a really cool piece of little art and a random shitty Spider-Man comic from their shitty spectacular run to get you moving the story forward. They cut across the wastelands to catch up to Vulture and the Sandman. They'll be discussing how to get to Vampire City, ration what they stole from the mine. Biker Hitman, that's how we get them to Venusville. All right, good. We will not require you anymore. Just save that as the placeholder. We have to go as far as May. We're April here, but we are March here. So let's catch up. Let's get all caught up to April. Let's mine this comic book. Let's see if we can pull out a team up. Because right now he's in space with Adam Warlock. So I'm thinking maybe there's something we could use here for the John Jameson part of our storyline. Our interweaving motions. The deafening roar of the mighty rocket's engines lessens. The air rapidly leaks out of the unsealed cabin. The numbing cold of the upper atmosphere washes over a half-conscious Spider-Man, the only passenger on his one-way ride to death. He's hallucinating Mary Jane and the Vulture, and the Hulk, and the Kingpin, and everybody else in his life. That's kind of cool. Rocket carrying Bugman is gone. Hulk could not catch it. Hulk has had enough of puny humans. All right, cool. We got the Hulk. We've used the Hulk. Let's go fight this fucking son of Satan idiot. This idiot running through the woods. Wood God. Oh, good God. That's funny. I didn't know I was saying that. Back on the fringes of space. All right, Spider-Man apparently last time we were reading Team Up, he got launched into space with the Hulk, but Hulk got away. G-Force smashed me down to the floor in Major Treatment's rocket. I'm in Major Tremon's rocket. The Hulk and Woody got away. The slightly deranged military commander who tried to destroy Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wood God. Last issue. I'm going to die. Silence! Then! The screaming shell reaches escape velocity. A comet appears outside the fort. Comes closer, closer, until, by Thanos, a spacecraft launched from Terra, and I detect the pulse of life within it, a pulse that is rapidly fading. This is Adam fucking Warlock. Alright, so now we're getting Adam Warlock in here. When I last approached the star Sun Soul, I found my sojourn in distant sectors of space had caused the atoms of my body to drift further apart, so that I dwarfed in the size of the solar system of my birth. Oh, good God. Warping through space is gradually reversed. I've grown smaller. All right, good job. Adam Warlock, running through space. They're trying to get you to read his shitty bucket goddamn comic book. I sense oxygen aplenty in an isolated place. This in the distance. By Hella! Again, I have changed size. And what is this asshole doing? When is he involved in the fucking story? I will take careful concentration to reassemble its molecular structure. So he catches the rocket. Inside the rocket is going to be Spider-Man, whose life he is, of course. It would have been one way out wall crawler. He hadn't come along and zapped me back. Holy cow, I'm on the moon. Oh shit, see? John Jameson was on the moon. So what do we got? Indeed we are, and I am at a loss to explain the atmosphere in this small area. It seems to me I heard the Fantastic Four mention a blue area, a sunch on the moon. Where's the air? Oh, good God. Blue area. John Jameson, blue area of the moon. I have read about the blue area of the moon in the Fantastic Four. They say the Watcher lives here. I mean, here, I guess. Listen, Goldie, you seem pretty handy with the Star Trek bit. How's about a lift back to Earth? I don't have any change but my tights, but I'll gladly pay you Tuesday. But Warlock is listening. The gem at his brow has begun to pulse, as if mocking him with the approach of a danger that will free it. By severing the symbiotic tie that binds them together, the only way Adam Warlock's was Adam Warlock's death. The stranger. Oh, good God. We'll get into the gods here. Now I know why you shrieked in delight. Accursed Jim! Skip the lift. I think I'll take a cab. You know, you were far corners of the galaxy, so we got Adam Warlock's fighting the fucking stranger. You are but a fool. Oh, good God. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Wood God, good God. I don't know what a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man can do against power like the stranger's. But he sprays him in the face. A human daring to interfere in a battle cosmic. Each of my encounters with these earthlings has filled me with rage at the overblown sense of self-importance. Oh, shut up. Shut up! He throws him. I do like this blue area of the moon. What are we doing here besides watching these two idiots fight? The impact of branch to stomach knocks the wind out of the web slinger, as if sensing that it somehow damaged the being it had meant to protect. The tree lowers Spidey gently to the ground where the grass moves beneath him to form a more comfortable bed, and Spider-Man sleeps, unaware that there is one who watches over him. Okay. I have no time to waste. Here is a man on Earth requires my attention. Surrender the soul or die. The life force is bound to my gem. Tell me what the mission is. The stranger need nothing to explain. Well, maybe if you fucking explain the mission, he'd give you the fucking gem. Instead, these two cosmic shitheads just shoot at each other. After one glare, only one figure, golden skin gleaming, falls back, burning with the heat to earth, falling back until it's done. He could not have known that I would demolish. Oh God, I hate this fucking story. Are we really back in fucking time again? Are we back in fucking time? Okay. I am the gardener, and you are on the Earth's moon, of course. In the blue area, to be more precise. I made use of his oxygen to sow my garden with spectacular results, as I'm sure you've seen. All was barren until I arrived. Cut to. So you are awake. At last, good, good. And where am I, and who in blazes are you? Is that the Watcher fucking with him? While I reassembled safely below, now to remove his soul. All good. All right, enjoy yourself, buddy. What? Joy. I win. A pity. It means ending his life as well. All right, so Adam Warlock. These two fuckers are fighting here still. What did I do? Oh, I went back. All right, the blue area. I remember that with the Fantastic Four. I like where we're going here. With spectacular results. I made use of its oxygen. I planted and tended my garden, made it a place of life, peace, and then he came. The stranger. I can answer that. He's after a little green stone stuck in the middle of my old buddy's forehead. That is not my concern. All I care for is my garden, my peace. That's just great, Pops. If the stranger's liable to tear both to tiny pieces to get what he pops, gone. Maybe landing in that tree took more out of me than I thought. Sure, that's all a dream, but better yet, I'm really dead. Still in Tremment's pocket. Rocket. What would explain why trees move, why air exists on the moon? It would explain everything that there is the cliché. Now, Warlock, that field created by stasis. Oh, God, shut up. I'm going to get killed. One man Custer's last stand. I like to do it full web shooter. Call it vanity, but this is one web slinger that's going to go out in style. Because Amazing Spider-Man is coming through to you. I hate this story. But I do like the guard. The stranger will take Warlock's gem, end his life, and leave. Contented the garden will know peace again. I need only do nothing. I have masked the power emanations, withdrew him here. I am safe. For he came not seeking Warlock's gem, but mine. No, I cannot watch another die in my stead, even if it means the end of the garden. I must act. By the starways. Vegetation. Each strike the stranger sends waves of pain through my creations, and hence through me as well. For I am the garden, and I am the god. Oh, I hate this story. Just end this fucking shitty story. Smashes him with a rock. Heft the spider strength. Fighting the stranger. Adam Warlock does some cosmic shit. The other guy does cosmic shit. This fucking idiot's still tending to his fucking stupid garden. They fucking gather their stupid stones in their heads together. They shoot at the fucking stranger. The stranger falls away, turns into another fucking gem, but he's not dead because he's a god. He'll be back for another stupid fucking story. And he says, here, take my fucking gem. Here, take the soul gem. A soul gem now corrupted by a battle waged within its might. Never again can its power make green things grow. It's only a weapon now. The gardener must go on to other, perhaps greener worlds, and start again. He's gone, vanished just like a dream, Spider-Man. A dream of peace. Come, my friend, my path lies to the far side of your sun, to a world called Counter-Earth. But I will detour long enough to take you to your destination. Next stop, Earth. Wait a second. The gone, then the blue area returns to silence. While unnoticed, a gleaming silver egg lies undisturbed by the passage of time, waiting for the moment it will open and... What? A silver egg. Who left the fucking egg? Oh, the garden. While unnoticed, a gleaming silver egg lies undisturbed by the passage of time, waiting for the moment it will open and... Oh, I like that. That is kind of cute. Enter Daredevil and Sue supervillains bound to make your blood run hot, cold. As for the stranger's mysterious mission, turn to the pages of the Champions 12. Now go fuck yourself. I'm gonna read The Stranger. Forced me to read your shitty story. Spider-Man and the Black Widow. Me like. When slays the Silver Samurai. That's May. I think they jump an issue, or they ditch an issue here. Maybe Marvel's pulling old storylines that may be sexist or something. Who fucks? All right. We're here. 57. 167. That's the next one here. That should have taken us to April. No, 1 second. Marvel Team of 55. This isn't a... What happens in this one? Featured characters: Blizzard, Daredevil, Electro, Spider-Man, Peter Parker. There's something controversial in here that they don't let you have it? Oh, so they're going to start jumping issues. All right, well. I'm not going to cry. Can't. Fight of wits and strength as they battle their way through New York. All right. I will not cry for me, Argentina. We've got a page to finish. The truth is, I've never left you. We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the Vulture and the Sandman. So Peter's getting bathed by Agent Clemmer. Peter's getting a bath from Agent Clemmer. Peter is getting a bath from Agent Clemmer. Meanwhile, we cut to the cross the wastelands to catch the Vulture and the Sandman. But I want them walking past. I don't just want them in the wastelands. They should be walking past me. I like ruins. It's more fun for the artist, and it's more fun for the writer and the AI engine. We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the Vulture and the Sandman. cut across the wastelands to catch up to the vulture and the sandman. Be able to do the occasional turtle piece. I mean, it can just be a lot of nothing. It doesn't have to always be ruins. We've done the Statue of Liberty. They would be coming out of Gettysburg, Jersey, D.C., Baltimore. What the hell's out there? We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the vulture and the sandman. Just have them at a cliff. We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the vulture and the sandman. They stare out over a cliff. They stare out over a cliff at what looks like a stretch of the Appalachian Mountains. All right, we need to look up our map real quick. We're writers. Appalachian Mountains. Because the idea, we be at Gettysburg. We put that gamma mine in Gettysburg. Here's Pennsylvania. All right, so top luxury resort. Blue Ridge Mountain Retreat, Biltmore State, Asheville. That's the Appalachians? Oh, it looks like it. Something cool. All right, so they're heading towards North Carolina. They're they're walking through the Smokies, you know? Right, just that. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. I think we're fine. I think we just extended that. All right, good. All right. I think we got this. We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the vulture and the sandman. They stare out over a cliff at what looks like a stretch of the Appalachian Mountains. Sandman is holding a large sack of glowing gamma rocks. While Vulture is perched. Sandman is holding a large Sandman. Okay, I don't want him holding. He shouldn't be holding them. Sandman Sandman is resting next to a large sack of glowing gamma rocks, while Vulture is perched at the tip of cliff like a bird of prey, contemplating their next move. Because he can't fly up there. And if they have gamma rocks, they can't get up there. So the idea is to figure out how the fuck they got up there last time. And there can be an explanation of how their powers work. You get to dive into mythology through good exposition as opposed to shitty exposition if you write it badly. We cut across the wastelands to catch up to the vulture and the sandman. They stare out over a cliff at what looks like a stretch of the Appalachian Mountains. Sandman is resting next to a large sack of glowing gamma rocks, while Vulture is perched at the tip of the cliff like a bird of prey, contemplating their next move. These rocks have to be valuable to someone. These rocks have to be valuable to someone. And the longer and the more I hold on to them, the longer I can stay solid. What are these bloody things? These rocks have to be valuable to someone. And the more I hold on to them, the longer I can stay solid. What are these bloody things? Vulture will say. I take it out of this hell. I'll take it out of hell. There are a ticket out of hell. But I'm afraid there are a ticket out of hell. But I'm afraid you will have to sacrifice. You will have to sacrifice. There are a ticket out of hell. But I'm afraid you will have to sacrifice your solid. Your what? I'm afraid you will have to sacrifice your dream of solidarity. There are a ticket out of hell. There are a ticket out of hell, my friend. I want them to have a genuine friendship because I don't like the whole villains always leave each other behind. Like Osborn don't give a fuck about nobody. These two are brothers, they're a fraternity. They're our ticket out of hell, my friend. But I'm afraid you will have to sacrifice your dream of solidarity. At least until we're back in the at least until we're back in the Empire. They're our ticket out of hell, my friend. But I'm afraid you will have to sacrifice your dream of solidarity until we're back in the Empire. They're our ticket out of hell, my friend. But I'm afraid you'll have to sacrifice your dream of solidarity until we're back in the Empire. Until we're back in the Empire. Because Sandman can say, well, look, if it's working now, then why the fuck do we got to go back to Empire City? If I have remember, you always get the fanboy on yourself. That's the best part of writing. You fanboy on yourself, I call it. If he's got the rocks and he's still in solid form, I mean, you can have him fucking say it to him right now. Until we're back in the Empire. Sandman could say. But we have the rocks already. But we have the rocks already, Adrian. But if we have the rocks already, Adrian, we know what they can do. But if we have the rocks already, Adrian, and we know what they can do, the fuck we need Empire City for? But if we have the rocks already, Adrian, and we know what they can do, the fuck we need Empire City? We sell a few. We have the rocks already, Adrian, and we know what they can do. The fuck we need Empire City? The fuck we need Empire City? We could sell half the load. We can sell half the load and keep the rest. We could sell half the load and keep the rest to fuel our brand new suit of armor. Our brand new suits of armor. Expensive shit. Expensive shit. Platinum. Platinum, vibranium. Platinum, adamantium. Expensive shit. Platinum, adamantium. Should you say all of them? Platinum, vibranium. What do you know those words? No. Expensive shit. We could sell half the load and keep the rest to fuel our brand new suits of armor. Expensive shit. Expensive mega shit. Now I'll have Adrian coming close. The vulture swoops up from his perch to land in front of the resting sand. SFX of the swoop. The vulture swoops up from his perch to land in front of the resting sandman. SFX of the swoop. I don't need bold. Don't do bold. SFX of the swoop. Vulture swoops up from his perch to land in front of the resting sandman. Show the full loop to show that his wings and body are starting to regain their strength. SFX of the swoops. I don't want any lines there. He just fucking does a whole gets it right in his fucking face, you know? Move this to the next panel. Actually, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing here on this page. Close up as Vulture gets into Sandman's face, speaking to him closely as a friend. Gotta lay out some plot here. Close up as Vulture gets into Sandman's face, speaking to him closely as a friend. Vulture's talents pierce into Sandman's face, making small divots. Right? Those divots of sand scars. It is pierced into Sandman's face, making small divots of sand scars in his cheeks. Almost looking like tears. We get a nice, good moment between friends here. It characterizes them. That's what I like. Vulture. I know what it is you hunger for, my friend. But it will not last. Those rocks. Those rocks will be your savior. Until they run out. Then you will chase the next load, and the one after that. I know what it is you hunger for, my friend, but it will not last. Those rocks will be your saviors until they run out. Then you will chase the next load, and the one after that. What we need is a permanent solution. Whatever you may believe, the doctor is still alive, and he's waiting for us up there. These rocks, they are fuel. We will need to find the source. We will need to find the source. The machine responsible. We need to find the source. The man and machine behind this operation. These rocks, they are fuel. We will need to find the source. We are to tap into an endless supply. The doctor is still alive. He's waiting for us up there. These rocks, they are fuel. We need to find the source. If we are to tap into an endless supply to run these shining suits of armor for us, both of us. The man and machine behind this operation. That is our stepping stone. SFX of guns clicking. SFX of guns clicking off pen. And we pan out and we see two bikers on thin mecha bikes lit up with lasers. We see the two bikers in brown bodysuits, like the Hitman character in Marvel Comics. They both wear cross bullet chains across their chests, along with brown goggles and creepy grins, straight out of Mad Max. Evening, mates. Biker 1. Hitman 1. Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? To who? To the Overlord? Have you brought a tribute? No, you fucks. So now we need a line here. I mean, this whole page could be this scene, or you could jump out again. We could transition out again. We're getting there to the end of this page. Pan out, we see two bikers on thin mecha bikes lit up with lasers. We see the two bikers in brown bodysuits like the Hitman character in Marvel Comics. They both wear cross bullet chains across their chests, along with brown goggles and creepy grins straight out of Mad Max. Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? Sandman will say. Yeah, sure. Have you brought a tribute? I need a good retort. Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna plant it in your asshole. I'm gonna plant it, and I'm gonna plant it in your ass. And I'm gonna plant it in your ass. Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna plant it in your ass. Why? It's just a stupid old school dumb fucking line. And I'm laughing like I'm fucking high. What do you want? Evening, mates. Have you brought a tribute? Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna plant it in your ass. Wait. Marco? Wait. So I don't know. Should they be offering them a job? Or Marco, wait. The bikers offer them a job, or the bikers going to try and just fucking rob them? The idea is I don't want it to just, they look like two scavengers. Except the master, the boss could use you. The boss can use you. Yeah, sure. And I'm going to plant it in your ass. Marco, wait. Marco, wait. As the two hitmen draw out their blasters, Vulture, Vulture, as the two hitmen draw out their blasters. So I needed a line. Hang on. Before they flew up, before these guys rolled up, I need a line here where he says he can't fly up there yet. I know what it is you hunger for, my friend, but it will not last. It will not last. These rocks will be your savior until they run out. Load and the one after that. What we need is a permanent solution. That is our stepping stone. My wings. My wings have been clipped. The Empire is too far above. The Empire is too far above us. My wings have been clipped, and the Empire is far too above us. That is our stepping stone. Even with my strength returning. Even with my strength returning, my wings have been clipped, and the Empire is too far above. And the Empire is too far above for me to lock on. The Empire is too far above me to lock on to any magnetic poles. Even with my strength returning, my wings have been clipped, and the Empire is far too above for me to lock on to any magnetic poles. What we need is, boom, guns clicking off pen. That's what he needs. Marco? Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna plant it in your ass. Marco, wait! As the two hitmen draw out their blasters and open fire, the vulture spreads his wings to protect the Sandman, who forgets that he is currently unable to melt, to morph, because of holding the gamma rocks. As the two hitmen draw out their blasters and open fire, the vulture spreads his wings to protect the Sandman, forgets that he is currently unable to morph because of holding the gamma rocks. The vulture winces in pain as the blasters hit his wings and not kill him, and not his organs. SFX of the lasers, of the laser blasts, and vulture's wings being hit and him wincing in pain. Marco, wait. As the two hitmen draw out their blasters and open fire, the vulture spreads his wing to protect the Sandman, who forgets that he is currently unable to morph because of holding the gamma rocks. You shouldn't be able to dispatch them easy, but he should be able to slice their blasters. Something. There's enough dead bodies out here, gentlemen. There's enough feast. There's enough feast for crows. Feasts for vultures. I like that. Okay. The vulture winces in pain as the blasters hit his wings and not his organs. With the jumping, with his strength, anger, channeling through him, the vulture leaps and with a thrusting move uses his wings to slice away the blasters from the hitmen, disarming them without killing them. SFX of the thrusting and disarm. Did he say anything in panel 5 there? No. Marco, wait! He protects his friend. With his strength and anger channeling through him, the vulture leaps and with a thrusting move, uses his wings to slice away the blasters from the hitmen, disarming them without killing them. Let's have the vulture now say, this fucking page is done. Okay, done. Here we go. And vulture. You are professional. Wait a second. There's enough feasts. There's enough feast for vultures. There is enough feast for vultures out here, gentlemen. No need to add to the excess. I don't like that no need. That's gay. That's cheesy. There is enough feasts for vultures. Feasts or feast? Feasts for crows. There's enough feasts. There's enough feast for vultures out here, gentlemen. There is enough feasts for vultures out here, gentlemen. You are professional hitmen. You are professional hitmen, I assume. And those bikes. Those bikes are modern tech. If I were to relinquish these rocks, there is enough feast for vultures out here, gentlemen. You are professional hitmen, I assume. And those bikes are modern tech. Not bikes, those suicycles. I have my own brand name. Those suicycles are modern tech. So they should be mecha bikes. On thin, metallic mecha bikes called suicycles. Pan out, and we see two bikers on thin metallic mecha bikes called suicycles lit up with lasers. It's like they should be distraction to scare the shit out of people. I should put that there. Marco, wait. Marco? Not wait. Marco? What's with this? No. Okay. There are enough feast for vultures out here, gentlemen. You are professional hitmen, I assume. And those suicycles are modern tech. If I were to relinquish these rocks you require, if I were to relinquish these rocks you require, My friend here would lose his solid form. My friend here would lose his solid form and gain the ability. My friend here would lose his solid form and gain the ability to suffocate you both. To suffocate you both instantly. My friend here would lose his solid form and gain the ability to suffocate you both instantly. My friend here would lose his solid form and gain the ability to suffocate you both instantly. Choose your destiny. Choose your fate. Choose your fate. The strength and anger channeling through him, the vulture leaps and with a thrusting move uses his wings to slice away the blasters from the hitmen, disarming them without killing them. So choose your fate. The hitmen both look on. Both look on the two of them with sinister smirks. You guys are mutants? Vulture will answer. Something a little more sinister than that. You guys are mutants? Something a little more sinister than that. The hitmen both look on the two of them. Look at. Is it at or on? Look at. Right? At. The hitmen both look at the two of them with sinister smirks. You guys are mutants? Something a little more sinister than that. Perhaps we can discuss that. Something a little more sinister than that. Perhaps we can discuss this with your superior. Over a late supper. I always like that stupid, cheesy line, you know? Something a little more sinister than that. Perhaps we could discuss this, our business. Something a little more sinister than that. Perhaps we can discuss our business. I don't want your superior. That's stupid. Perhaps we could discuss our business with your superior. Perhaps we could discuss our business with your superior. Over a late supper. I just like that late supper line. It's just a villainous thing to say. Right, we get together over a late supper. And ladies and gentlemen, part 2 of our fucking graphic novel is done. Fun, fun, fun. It is done. We're creating Venusville. So we're gonna have fun with a little town in the Appalachians Mountains. Next time we will do 5 and 6, part 3 of our story. I'm gonna go kiss this bulldog and make some lunch. We did it. 2 more fucking pages in the book. I love making comic books, my friend. May fate and faith decide your fortune if you should love what you see. Buy a copy of Euphoria, the greatest fucking Spider-Man book you've ever seen in your bloody life. It rules. It rocks. I love it. It's awesome. What can I say? Peace, love, and war. All that